reparation is not a nicety. It's not something nice to have for black folk. It is now an absolute necessity. If you do not get reparations soon, black folk, as I told you before, are through. Reparation is not a nicety, it's a necessity. What are the conditions? What are the conditions that precipitated black folk getting into this dilemma? And what black labor, white wealth did, it tracked 800 years of history in very systematic terms to show you every strategy, every technique, every law, every public custom, and every public policy that was used to enslave black folk around the world and to maldistribute almost 100% of all this nation's wealth, power, resource, privileges, businesses, and controls of all levels of government into the hands of the dominant white society. And what slavery and Jim Crow segregation did with black folk, it intentionally maldistributed all the resources away from black folk and created a real-life monopoly game. Black folk in America are playing in a real-life monopoly game that you're totally ill-prepared to play and win.
Peace, love, and reparations. Peace, love, and reparations. Welcome to Black Star TV 2.0. We got another episode for y'all. I want to talk about Hereafter Farms. I think the brother's name is Farrakhan Muhammad Ali. Love that name. Brother Ben X and a few other brothers that are part of this Hereafter Farms movement. I wanted to get into that a little bit, but first, let's start off with make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. I think we still are at 960 subscribers. We need some more subscribers, family. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that share button and that notification bell so you can be notified when these videos go up. Right? We are unapologetically for the people. And yeah, let's get into it. So again, and I wanted to read the article. I should have read this article in my last video, but I'm gonna read it on this video. But just a little teeny bit of it. But again, this is a little video on how the Pan-Africanism is dead. On a large scale, right? Because again, this Hereafter Farms, I'm gonna show you that again, we can work with people from Africa, but on a large scale, as far as the government is we, you know, they're so undermined that is, they're so compromised that it's almost impossible to work with the government, right? So African government at that, and our government as well, but it is what it is. So let me get into this. I'm gonna share my screen. We're gonna get into this Hereafter Farms. You know, shout out to these brothers. I actually they have Hereafter Farms. I don't know if it's a nonprofit or what it is, but you know, these brothers are from, the FOI, the Fruits of Islam, Nation of Islam. I think they're one. Not very sure, but these brothers started off, you know, trying to get about, I want to say it was like about 10 acres of land or 40 acres or something like that. They wound up getting over 1,200 acres. I believe they have acres in, well, that's in the United States. I believe that they have acres in Africa and things like that. And they are doing an unbelievable job, you know, building with one another. And this is actually people who are outside of the FOI that are able to live in these communities and be a part of the Hereafter Farms as well. So you don't have to be Muslim, you don't have to be Christian, you don't have to be, you know, atheist. You could be whatever you want to be, and you could be part of, you know, this Hereafter Farms. And you know, I just wanted to give them a shout out because listen, this is what's needed in our community right now, as far as us getting together and using group economics to build communities and, you know, build all type of stuff. So I'm gonna play this Ben X one real quick, and then I'm gonna just go up from there.
That already had that, but they didn't have anything that they was doing with it. So some people had grandfathers that had 50 acres or 10 acres here, but they didn't know what to do with it, and they had no customers. Of course, a lot of them are older. They don't know anything about social media. They don't know anything about marketing and acquiring customers. So we was able to collaborate versus us going in saying, because some people want to give it away. Like, hey, y'all do what y'all want to do with it. We said, no, let's partner together so that we can, you know, pull our resources together. We're thankful that you have land. You were thankful that we have people. And we just merge those two things together. So our goal is to, you know, build a community of our own grow food alone, have our own schools, and pretty much do what Farrakhan Muhammad said that message to the black man. But instead of one person saying, hey, I'm going to do it, it's easier if we all do it together. So I always like to say we can accomplish a lot if a lot of us do it little.
That's absolutely true. We can accomplish a lot if a lot of us do a little instead of having one person just do a whole bunch. You know, we're better at, you know, doing it with a whole bunch of us getting it done. And you only have to, that's just like if we try to get, you know, $1 million or $1 billion, if we all just chipped in $1 or $2 or $5 or whatever, we can have those type of numbers and get that even easier. And it won't hurt all of us, you know, to be having to kick out, you know, our life savings to contribute to a movement, right? And again, I want to say shout out to Shabazz hitting the Cash App. I appreciate you, family. Yo, that was greatly appreciated and right on time. Yeah, so if y'all want to hit the Cash App, that's $WILLIE 0312. That's $WILLIE 0312. That's the Cash App. Thank you, family. I definitely greatly appreciate it. I'm sorry that I didn't even say that in my last video. So funny because after I went, I made the video and I went to get my hair cut. I was talking to somebody and I was like, you know, I was talking about that and we was talking about Cash. I'm like, yo, I forgot to give old boy a shout out, or old girl. I'm sorry, I don't know what your gender is, but I was like, I gotta shout this person out or whatever. So there you go. That's your shout out, family. I appreciate you and I love you for that. But again, Brother Ben X was right on time with that. You see how they got lots. I'll play this one right here real quick.
Hey guys, I'm on the 460 acres today. It's amazing out here. All you hear is nature, birds, the sound of wind blowing.
And they doing it.
A lot of people see this as a business, as a way to organize people around an idea, but a business. But really it's not. It's not really a business. This is a spiritual project. And we do business. There's nothing wrong with that. Because business is how you manage life. Life has to be managed. And that's what business is. Business is finding a way to meet the needs of our people. And as a student of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, that's what we do. We don't find ways to exploit our people. We don't find ways to capitalize off of our people's poverty and ignorance. We don't find ways to make excessive amount of profits to the detriment of our people. Our goal is to help uplift humanity. And in that, we find profit, we find benefit, we find gain. God promises us amazing things, but we don't have to get it imitating capitalism. We can get it following God and doing what He's asked us to do, and His reward is greater than anything this world can offer us. Peace. Hey guys, I'm on the 460 acres today.
That's the one the first one you seen was Ben X. That was Brother Ben X right there, and the other one was Farrakhan Muhammad Ali. I always get it so wrong because he has a whole bunch of people's names in his name, but yeah, these brothers is doing a great job. Here's 3 keys to buying land.
Some keys to buying land. One is you want to have money in your reserves. You don't want to spend all your money. I know it's exciting, and we've been waiting a long time for this opportunity, but you don't want to spend every last dollar you have on land. Whether you buy it with yourself or with other people, you want to have something in the reserves. The second thing is you want to make sure that the title of the land is free and clear. You want to do a title search when you're buying land. You want to make sure that there's no liens or any types of other attachments onto the property that you're buying. This is a simple title search. Any title company or a real estate attorney can do it for you. When we're buying land, that's the first thing we do when we get a property under contract is we do a title search. We have an attorney that runs it for us to make sure everything is clear for closing. Third thing is we check for water. We want the property to have water. We don't want to buy a property that doesn't have water. Water is one of those resources that people are going to be fighting over in the near future. Hope this helps. Peace. Some keys to buying land. One is
so again, I'm going to get up because I wanted to make this kind of short, and but I do want to get to this one video right here. I think that I showed in the other one, but hold on.
Okay, Brother Jabbar. So just in a few seconds, you could tell us, man, why did you join Hereafter Farms, man?
To be 100% from the heart, it's the unity with Black people come together to have some of their own. That's the 100% truth. Have something of your own, build from the ground up, and go from there. That's the 100% thing. I join and see it grow from the adults to the children. Generation wealth is most needed in the Black community, especially the so-called Asian and Black men here in America. We need it most definitely. It's like almost you need air, water, food. You need to have unity. If you don't have unity, it's a long fight by yourself. So that's great.
Yo, that brother spit nothing but facts. Because again, without unity, we are going to have a hard fight by ourselves. And I'm gonna tell you again, family, you don't need a whole bunch of people. Again, man, it wasn't it wasn't hundreds and thousands of people who started Black Wall Street. You know, it was a nice handful of couple of handfuls of men and women in our community that started this, and not this, but Black Wall Street. And this right here too. It was only a couple of them that started it off, and then they got more like-minded people again, because you know they have a lot of influence. They have a nice following, and they actually got a people that's on the same type of time that they are on, which made them do this. But again, you only need about 5 to 8 like-minded people, or 5 to 9 like-minded people, to get something accomplished that you deem is important for you and your community, right? So it really doesn't take a whole lot of people, but I'm gonna play this last video real quick right here.
Behind me is the property line, guys. 450 acres. There's no zoning laws here. We're literally free to build as we wish. This pink river right here is where our property ends. It runs a mile this way and over a mile that way. All land is fertile. Most of it is flat. A lot of it is already cleared. We're going to clean it up, and we're going to show our people what we can do with the power of our unity. We have so much room for commercial, so much room for agricultural, so much room for residential. And I look forward to showing you guys how this is going to look, because this corner right here, right now is nothing here except trees. But one day when you come here, it's going to be clear that there's a whole community behind this corner that I'm standing at right here. Peace.
Yo, and family, hold on. I could have done it.
Behind me is the property line, guys.
But family, listen, man. Again, it's not going to take a lot. It's not going to take a lot. I don't think this is.
Hey, this is Farrakhan Muhammad Ali. We just signed the agreement locking down the 200 acres in Ghana. The special thing about this property, besides the owners being some of the most amazing people we've met in this process, is that it's a cocoa farm. It's a 200 acre cocoa farm in Ghana, which, if you know, makes some of the best chocolate in the world. So we started off with 25 kilograms a month. It's sustainably harvested, family owned and operated, directly from the source in Ghana. It's an amazing opportunity. So Hereafter Farms is going to have its own chocolate, partnering up with Noah Family Estates. And we need people to take this cocoa powder, 25 kilograms per month of cocoa powder, and we need people to convert this into a finished product. We know a little about land. We think you will have skill set in this area. Don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're really looking forward to moving out this opportunity as soon as possible. Thanks, peace.
See, and again, man, this is a nice situation, right? Because at the end of the day, to be honest, right, we have the resources to be able to do a lot of this stuff. We all have a couple of dollars, right? And we have this internet to be able to reach people. This is how do you think they got in touch with some of these people from Africa. First they, spoke to them online, and then they went over there, to get things really in order and make sure everything was, correct and right and exact, right? And got things popping. And this is why I said again, see, because they dealing with, I seen the actual video of the person that they was talking to about the cocoa, that they was actually doing business with the cocoa. He wasn't part of the government. That's why I say Pan-Africanism is dead to an extent, right? Because the powers to be over there, they kind of sell out. But again, we have to deal with people on the ground. We have to deal with people on the ground, right? Over there, the same way we got grassroots people here on the ground that isn't involved in the government. That's how we got to deal with them, not the coons. Same way we don't deal with the coons over here or the raccoons over here. We don't deal with the tethers over there, right? Or the tethers that's over here. So again, this ain't about division. This is about working with like-minded people that's not trying to undermine us for their own personal gain, or the personal gain that they using for somebody else, that they're getting a couple of little crumbs to undermine us for, right? So again, Hereafter Farms, man, make sure y'all support these brothers and this movement. I was trying to get involved with, I'm still in, but I know at one point they were saying that they didn't have any availability at the time, but once that happened, I kind of felt like, fell off with trying to get on or whatever. So I don't know. I'm gonna still try to do it though, definitely, because I like the movement. I love the movement. I definitely want to be involved at some point. You feel what I'm saying? So again, shout out to Hereafter Farms. Shout out to brother Farrakhan Muhammad Ali, and shout out to brother Ben X and all the rest of the brothers and sisters and queens and kings that are a part of that movement. Bro, this is exactly what we need, right? Stuff like that, to where we are building our own communities, our own schools. We have the resources to feed ourselves, clothe ourselves, and educate ourselves. That is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? We have to have all three of those, right? So they got cows, they got all type of stuff. So again, we know, and they talked about that with beef and the milk and things like that. We know that it ain't the best, things that are good for you. But again, at the end of the day, we have to start somewhere. Again, it ain't like our people ain't eating that or drinking milk, cow's milk, or eating beef. You feel what I'm saying? We know a vegetarian is probably the best, healthiest way to go. But again, everybody's not off that. Everybody's never going to be off that, right? Same with everybody putting their minds together to be on one accord. Is never going to happen, right? You're going to have some people that's off code. You have some people that's on code. So again, we have to deal with that. So let me get on here real quick, and I want to go to this tab. And we're going to talk about this. Pan-Africanism is dead, right? And this is from the Zimbabwean.com or .co or whatever. Pan-Africanism is dead. And it says Pan-Africanism is dead simply because of there has never been commonality of interest among Africans, right? Now, mind you, this is from a Zimbabwe person. A person in Africa actually has written this article, right? So it says, there is no country in Africa besides Botswana that has not been borne the burden of liberation struggles elite that simply inherit colonial political institutions and use them to strengthen themselves while continuing to oppress the masses and ignoring the poverty of Africans, which continues to unabated to this day. Since 1951, and again, watch this, family. It literally said the colonial political institutions. See, because again, the government, and I get it. Like we always say, well, Tariq gets on, when Tariq was getting on a lot of these, tethers in our country, every time he would say, yo, why'd you come over here? Right? they would be like, why'd you leave your homeland? Why didn't you try to get things going and popping over there, right? Because they like to come over here and say what we're not doing over here and how we're not, progressing. But you left your shitty place to come over here, right? And then try to talk about what we're not doing. So every time he would be like, yo, why'd you leave your country? And they would be like, oh, the government, right? So you left your government to come over here to the worst government on the planet. But again, that's why I said Pan-Africanism is dead, because their own people are selling them out again to oppress the masses, like they said, while ignoring the poverty of Africans. Meanwhile, they have the most resources in the world, right? Africa has more resources than every other country combined, right? So again, how would they be poor unless you have the people at the top who just, sell all of the resources to other people in other countries, for real, other superpowers, so they can empower themselves, and then the African people can empower themselves. So it says, since 1951, Africa's resources have mainly been plundered by African governments themselves, and Zimbabwe is a classic case study of this. In fact, in our case, poverty has actually been accelerated by our Black government. The policies of most liberation struggle entities that have inherited governments in Africa will never create better conditions for the masses, because they are premised on settler mentality, but this time the settler is Black, right? So it says Pan-Africanism has been usurped by a few and requires us to fight against Black liberation struggle elites to stop their persuasive plunder of our resources under the pretext of them emancipating the masses. See, according to Wikipedia, Pan-Africanism is an ideology that encourages the solidarity of Africans worldwide. It is based on the belief that unity is vital to economic, social, and political process, and aims to unify and uplift people of African descent. The ideology asserts that the fate of all African people in the countries are intertwined, and that is absolutely a fact, right? And Pan-Africanism would be the solution and should be the solution to Africans worldwide, based off all the resources that they have. But again, you have people who are exploiting people based off those resources that they control. The Black government, the people in the government in African control who are Black, right? They control all those resources and they are using it for their personal gain. The same way we have Black politicians over here who undermine us for their own personal gain, just to, give power to, white liberals and white Republicans, right? So it says, what a fallacy. African countries have failed utterly to achieve solidarity in the quest of democracy. In fact, bodies such as the SADC and the UA have become platforms for solidarity of dictators who are incapable of inspiring unity and development of the continent. Pan-Africanism is dead simply because there has never been commonality and interest among Africans. Instead, we have seen countries feigning solidarity but competing for resources, right? And you're competing for resources instead of working together. And that's the issue a lot of us have in our families, with our friends, and other loved ones that we know. You know what I mean? People that we know, we have a hard time trying to work with them because they're too busy trying to compete with you, right? Again, and most of the people like the Walmarts, right? The people who own Walmarts, right? That whole family, you have about 7 to 8 billionaires in that family because they all got together, did a family business, and now Walmart blew up, and now they're all lit, right? The same with what's his name, the dude Bernard Arnault and his family, right? Same thing, right? Usually the most wealthiest families is because the families work together to pull their resources together to acquire wealth and resources again, right? So it's hard for us because again, we are such You know, again, a lot of this has been, put on us purposely, right? To where we, I'm gonna get out of this real quick. Has been put on us purposely so that we refuse to work with each other, right? Regardless of who it is, it's always because we are so selfish minded, right? Again, we have the most individualistic mindset to where instead of trying to get over on the people who are oppressing you, you rather try to get over on the person who's closest to you, who you should be working with. But instead of that, right? You would rather, matter of fact, I was just listening to this dude, Javon or something like that, but he was on oh my God, LA Leakers. He was on LA Leakers rapping, Ray Vaughn or something like that. Ray Vaughn, I think that's his name, right? And he said, you ever lived with somebody while they ate and you starved? That was one of his bars that he said. Have you ever lived with somebody who ate while you starved? And it's so funny because that is so common in our community, where you can have somebody that's doing well for themselves, not even well, even if they're not doing well, they could be doing a lot better than you, and y'all living under the same roof, right? And can be trying to get over on you while y'all living together. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just like it's so many. Like I guarantee you, if you're black, for the most part, you probably have family who does this, right? You know, people who try to just get over on you and, mess you up to where you falling, right? And the whole time they're doing good and they're still doing stuff to like cut your throat, right? As they are doing well for themselves for the most part. And I'm not going to say they're doing all the way well, but they're doing better than you again, but still doing things to cut your throat to make you struggle while they sit there and, ball out for whatever, or ball, not even if they balling out, but they're just still doing better than you, right? This is so common in the black community that is sickening, right? So again, right, because most of us don't look past fuck the month. I was gonna say past this year, but most people don't look in the future, right? A lot of us aren't like future thinking. A lot of us are, thinking in the moment because that's all we can see right now. But regardless of what you have, regardless of how much money you have to be thinking in the future, right? And again, this is why a lot of us stay stagnant. This is why a lot of us live paycheck to paycheck, because we aren't thinking in the future or aren't thinking in the sense of building with one another. So within, maybe it takes a year, maybe it takes 2-3 years, maybe it takes a couple of months, but it can put you in a better position if you just work together on something. Do you get what I'm saying? All of us have talents, right? But you just have so many people who are lackadaisical. You have people who are very uninspired. It's just a lot. Again, it's just a lot, man. People. I don't even know the word I'm looking for. I'm trying to look for this word, but I can't think of it right now. It's right on the tip of my tongue, but I can't get it. But we have to get out of that mentality. We have to get away from people. Seriously, you have to get away from people that are around you who don't want to build together with you for y'all to prosper in a financial way. Seriously, like if you're around somebody every day and y'all are doing nothing to better yourselves, I mean, what's the point? You have to ask yourself after a while, like, what is the point of me being around this person and they're constantly around you and never building with you, never doing anything to, help you progress, Because and it should go both ways. You should be trying to help them progress. They should be trying to help you progress, right? So, you know, and this is another reason, again, even, and I don't really want to get into the whole relationship thing, but even in relationships, man, you have to try to find somebody that you can build with. And I mean build, not just build a family, because that's all we think about is family, 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 family. And we should be thinking family, right? But that's not all, because even if you're just thinking family, right? Building a family, what are you building besides the family? Like, what are you going to build that can build the family up, right? Financially, spiritually, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because again, we do live in a capitalistic society, and business, again, business, like he said, is the activity of life, right? Everything revolves around business. Everything revolves around money. I don't care what you're talking about, whether you having a baby. So when you get with somebody and the person gets pregnant, or if you're a female and you get pregnant, right? You're going to have doctor bills. You're going to have that hospital bill when you have the baby, right? You're going to have Similac when it comes out, or diapers. All of this stuff is financial, right? So at the end of the day, business is the activity of life. So at the end of the day, you have to, you know, search for the person that you want to be with that's on the same type of mind frame as you, or for real, you will literally find yourself stagnant year after year after year and never really building yourself up. Because again, we have such a selfish mindset. Even when sometimes when you get with people, you ever been with somebody and they just like, yo, this is my shit. You like, yo, we need to do this and like put this bread together. And they like, oh, nah, because, and they just come find a whole bunch of excuses. And it's so funny because I remember being younger and like trying to do things like that, and remember people just, you know, a lot of people are scared to put their finance together. Because again, like one day I was kicking it with this person who they never wanted to put their bread together to do anything because they were so scared to lose it, right? I wanted to do some business with this person, and they were so scared to lose their money doing some business, but would go to the casino pretty much every weekend. Sometimes they would win, but a lot of times, we already know, a lot of times you losing. So like that's what I mean about the backwards mentality. And I was just trying to tell my oldest son about that not too long ago. Like, bro, at the end of the day, like at some point you're going to have to sit down and break down finances, dog, because like finances is everything, and y'all going to have a goal to move forward financially, you know, and see what y'all trying to do. You know what I mean? And again, it's good to have little goals and things like that, but for the most part, you do have to have, you know, some real solid you know, financial goals that you're gonna set for both of y'all, right? So again, I just wanted to make this video because again, I admire the whole Hereafter Farms thing, because that is my thing right there. Like I'm so down for you know, the whole unity thing and people working together to build up resources. Like, bro, that's what I'm saying. Land really isn't even that much, right? I literally just went to the mall earlier today, and I was taking pictures because they got this dope sneaker store in there, right? And I literally just went in there to take pictures of the sneakers. I was like, damn, they got sneakers behind the glass, and I looked in there, bro. Go on my Facebook. You see my Facebook right down there. Yo, had some Jordans for $9,950. And the ones right next to them was for $3,700. I was like, man, y'all, what? Matter of fact, what? I'm about to go on my page, man. Should I go on my page right now? No, I ain't going on my page. I ain't gonna do that. Cause I already know it's about to be some stuff pop up that I don't want nobody to see. Because it always goes to my messages and shit. Every time like I do it on this, it like goes to my messages. I don't know. I might get to it on my phone. You might can see it. You're not gonna be able to see it, but probably not gonna be able to see it. And I don't record it way too much of this for something to pop up and be like, nah, I can't post this. Hold on. I'm gonna try to get to the picture. know if you can see that, bro. Them Jordans is 9,900. That's why look, I'm gonna show you. Hold on. My man put the My man G put the wow face on there. Like, what the hell? I said, they tripping, niggas. Niggas want damn near $10,000 for a pair of sneakers. And that's another thing. That's why I say, too, man, we'll spend so much wasteful money. But again, then soon as it comes down, you start saying, yo, let's do a business. Let's do something where we can make some money, right? And you'll be so hard pressed to get somebody to, do something that is financially beneficial for the both of you. No, that's why I say you just gotta find like-minded people, man. But again, I'm definitely about to jump on this Hereafter Farms. I'm gonna try to, do something to where on the same type of time, again, on my own situation, and I'm gonna deal with their situation at the same time. So again, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, make sure y'all hit that like button, the share button, and the notification bell to be notified when I make some more videos. Again, we need 40 more subscribers. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, fam. So again, we up out of here. Again, peace, love, and reparations. I hope y'all had a blessed weekend. Mine was lit. I was down there in NC with my little young bucks, and I had a great time. So again, I appreciate y'all for being with me today. Thank you for all the people that subscribed to the channel already. I appreciate the love. We're trying to get monetized. And again, shout out to Shabazz for the Cash App. I appreciate you, family. I love you for that. And again, I'm gonna be putting out more content, because that's what it is, man. We in a content creating era, right? So again, family, listen, I encourage all of y'all to create content, because it is this is the wave right here, and we need more unapologetic Black media people that aren't scared to say what's on their mind, to speak their own thoughts or whatever. So again, so again, man, do what you got to do, and build one another, and make sure y'all keep this unity. And if you got something that's like Hereafter Farms, or you got a nonprofit, or whatever, you have a business, man, drop it in the comments. All right, peace, family. We out of here.